Hi, Angelo Lambropoulos, Director of Lambros Realty, and here I am with this week's landlord tip, the importance of water efficiency. So I'll get straight into it. Water is different to other utilities as it is always connected, and the account for the water supply will be in the landlord's name. Okay. Landlords must pay all water supply service charges and all sewerage supply service charges. In New South Wales, a landlord can only ask a tenant to pay water usage charges if the property is separately metered or water is delivered by a vehicle. So, just to put that into context for you, when we talk about separate meterage here, if you've got a granny flat in the back of your property, and it's not separately metered, it's connected to the main house, you'll be liable in the main dwelling there to pay for the water usage that's been accounted for in the granny flat. So just something to keep in mind. Point number two, the charges are not more than the amount the landlord is billed for by the water supplier. And point number three, the property meets the water efficiency standards. So this is, I guess, the crux of what I wanted to talk to you about here, and something that is I find is often overlooked. When we talk about water efficiency standards, it's highly advisable to have a licensed plumber do a check before the tenant takes occupancy of your investment property. I say that because if it doesn't meet the particular water efficiency standards, and obviously you can find out what constitutes water efficiency standards on the New South Wales Department of Fair Trading website, and any licensed plumber will be able to tell you. Um, Whilst it's not a legal requirement to get it done, what it does do is if there are any, the tenants it's well within their rights to conduct their own local water provider if they think the water bill is too high. So what you want to make sure is the water is efficient and you've got a certificate to state as such, because then it gives the grounds. If you haven't got a certificate to state that it's been certified, it gives grounds to the tenants to come back and refuse to pay the water bill, or pass water bills if if there's been reason to believe water hasn't been efficient. So um, something that I find is, as I said before, is often overlooked, but highly important. Whilst not legal, it can find you in a spot of bother if things get nasty. So you just want to make sure that it's all, keeping it all clean for everyone. I'm sure it'll all be fine, but just something to consider. So, I'd highly advise getting a water efficiency test, just to reiterate, by your local plumber, or sorry, licensed plumber, I should say, prior to a tenant taking occupation, and then you provide them with that certificate of compliance there before, as part of their ingoing inspection condition report. So it's all there for them. Okay. Just going back to the water payment and whatnot, the landlord or agent can request payment from the tenant for water usage charges within 3 months of a bill being issued, and landlords will need to provide the tenant with a copy of the bill. Okay, the tenant must be given at least 21 days to pay the water usage amount owing. Water usage charges should be paid separately to rent. It's also important to note that tenants will have to pay for water usage if they remove or tamper with the water efficiency measures, and they may have to pay to replace them. Okay, so once you've got everything in check, you've got your compliance. If the tenant does anything or toys with the water, then the onus rests upon them, and they will then have to pay for any damages. So I hope that's helped. Any clarity on this, or it's not really making sense, you'd like to talk to me further, details are there. Again, Angelo Lambropoulos, Director of Lambros Realty, and happy to assist with any property management inquiry you may have. Thanks for watching.